Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Once again, my name is Brandon and I make reaction content here on YouTube as well as Patreon and other things and stuff that I do sometimes. If you are interested, I do have, this is my music reaction channel, but I also have a TV and film reaction channel where I break down television and or series and films from the perspective of someone with my background in acting and directing and stage performance and other various experiences in production. This, however, is a reaction for a particular patron who joined my Patreon recently on the recommendation of another reactor, another creator that I hold in very high esteem. So I appreciate that recommendation. I also appreciate the membership, the patronage over on patreon.com. So as a thank you, I'm going to check this out. This is Grace VanderWaal. Never heard of her. Performing Darkness Keeps Chasing Me. If you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all the things and stuff. You know how that works. But for now, we're just going to jump into this again. No idea what genre, what style, language. I assume English because of the title, but that doesn't always pan out that way. So we'll just see what we're getting into together, and we'll see what I can see, what I can pick apart, what I can analyze, appraise, or critique. Here we go. Okay. Uh-oh. No, okay. I just hold on. I'm not focused. I need to go back. I wasn't prepared for something sad. I don't know that it's going to be sad, but if I'm not mistaken, she's already got tears in her eyes. I'm not emotionally stable enough for this today. If I don't end up saying a lot, that's probably why. I'm already getting. She's a young woman. She's a girl, and maybe 20 max, late teens, and she's very upset. It's already bothering me. Guys, don't come for me, okay? I'm really, when I say that I'm not. When I said that I wasn't emotionally prepared. Oh wow, hold on. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm ready. I might not pause a lot. We'll see. Maybe it won't be as bad as it seemed like it might be in those first few seconds. Here we go.
Opening my eyes seems like it gets harder sometimes. Look at the skyline. Would you be mad at me if I tried running to it in the night? I tried to fight. I'm not strong enough. I just want you here, but I also want to be alone, and I don't know what I want anymore. Every now and then, the darkness tries to chase me, and my legs are getting tired of running. Oh, please don't let it get to me. No, I don't wanna give up that easily. The darkness keeps chasing me.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful melody. So one thing, wow, a lot of when it first started, I did notice early on. I didn't want to say anything at first because I've never heard this singer before, so I don't know any context at all. But there was a little bit. There were some pitch issues happening. There were some pitch issues throughout the first couple of phrases and up to the first chorus. When it got bigger, that fixed itself. She also seemed to sort of settle in just before the chorus and find sort of an emotional center or foundation to stand on. And I didn't understand at first, obviously, but as I watched, what I came to understand is that she's very emotional. This song apparently means something very personal to her, and something that you will always see when a singer, well, always 99% of the time, even some of the best singers in the world, if they are deeply connected to a piece and they're very emotional during a performance, you will have, I guess you can call them mistakes. You will have a little pitchiness. You'll have moments when their voice cracks or when they fall behind tempo or something, or little things, little sort of artifacts in the voice you'll hear, because when we're distressed, particularly if we're on the verge of tears, there are some involuntary things that happen to our bodies, to our muscles in general, but very notably in the case of singers, to our throats, our vocal cords, our tongues. There's some contraction and things that happen that is not conscious and can't always be completely managed, not consciously. So you heard some of that. And so immediately once I started seeing that, and as it went on, I began to recognize the moments when there was a bit of a frog in her throat, and she would get a little flat, or there'd be a little break when there probably wasn't meant to be. No issue with that at all. As a performance coach, even as someone who's worked with someone on stage performance technique with singers, I would always prioritize emotional honesty and vulnerability over technical perfection or proficiency. It's more important to connect emotionally with a song and to connect emotionally with your audience than it is to be absolutely perfect. Now, it is important to develop the skills to be able to get to where you can do both, where you can have that connection and you don't lose the quality of the performance. But if it doesn't completely derail the performance, then I have no issues, would never have an issue with a performer allowing or being just momentarily overwhelmed and struggling with that balance. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's something that's happening here. It's a lovely performance. The melody is beautiful. I think it matches well. I think that melody, when she's singing Me at the end of the chorus, is a very interesting choice because it feels like a struggle. It feels like a wavering, a waffling between a sense of despair or dread to a sense of maybe not hopefulness, but maybe a sense of resilience. And there's definitely sort of a dichotomy of light and dark in that melody, and it feels very apt for the song, for the lyrics. Anyway, so let's pick it up from that chorus, and we'll see where she goes next.
Hiding places remind me of you and I. Ooh, I wanna call you, but if I hear your voice, I just might. And I don't even know
That was interesting.
the song's about anyone. And I don't know what I want anymore.
I love her use of breath there.
'Cause every now and then the darkness tries to chase me, and my legs
right. So the really interesting things happening here. She's telling she's really traveling through the story vocally, and this isn't something that I normally focus on. I'm not a vocal coach. I'm not a singer. That's not my area. But it goes to storytelling and to the performance. Vocal coaches will tell you that all day long. I do not for a second try to make the assertion that the vocal choices that are being made and the storytelling and the expression and the connecting and all that are separate things entirely. They're certainly connected, or at the very least, you could say that the choices that you make vocally when arranging a vocal line for a song in its own way does tell that story and does speak to that communication and that connection with the lyrics. And so there was at one moment, I think the word was legs, but there was this grit, this little growl, and it was very strong, and she was very connected and very bold. But when she starts asking that question in the chorus, let's go back there for just a second.
To me,
Hold on here.
ooh,
Please don't.
please don't let it get to me.
So that right there, the fact that it's such a delicate, it almost sounds childlike. It almost sounds frightened. Like if you could imagine a child being afraid of the dark, and their parents putting them to bed, and the child begging them, please don't turn the light out, please leave the light on. Like that's kind of the feeling that I get from that moment. And she just came off of these several phrases where it was very bold, very big, very open, a lot of chest resonance, and very strong. And it even shows in her posture, her body language, her facial expressions, in that please, there's this sort of like tensing up, and she kind of raises back, and it just feels like someone who's afraid. It feels like someone who has been living with this darkness that she's talking about, has been chased by it and has been pursued by it, and fears getting lost in it, fears being enveloped by it or caught up to. And it's a very effective performance in general. This whole thing is working really well together. She's very connected physically, in her body language, the way she's moving with the song. There's plenty of distress. There's plenty of a feeling of being in almost this panicked state. And she's playing it very beautifully. She's playing it very like authentically. It feels very real. I imagine that it is very real for her. So it's just in general, all around, I'm really impressed by this. We're coming in the middle of a set too. I would really love to know what was sung just before this or what was said. I'd love to know more of the backstory of this. So if any of you have any information, any little tidbits or trivia or anything about this particular person, the performance, the song, and what this means to her, I would love to hear about it. But yeah, we're just gonna finish this out.
No, I don't wanna give up that easily. The darkness keeps chasing river streams on my cheeks. Look to my right and see you blowing smoke in those ripped jeans. Don't tell me you fell in the darkness is already seeping through all. Can't you see?
A little break there.
I will be different, but I'm not sure if I can do it all alone. God, I want to be different, but I'm not sure if I can do it all alone. 'Cause every now and then the darkness tries to chase me. My legs, they're getting tired of running. No, 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 please don't let it get to me. No, I don't wanna give up the
That melody too, it has a childlike feel to it. That's lovely. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, that's loud. Hold on. Don't want that. Nope. Stop it. I don't want that either. What is happening? Anyway, sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So that was beautiful. That was very beautiful. It was very telling. The performance was very authentic. It felt very real and genuine. This was Grace VanderWaal. Darkness Keeps Chasing Me. Thank you so much for the recommendation, for the suggestion. I hope that you enjoy this. Lovely patron. It's very. She gives me sort of Alicia Cara vibes. I think I've heard a couple of songs from her, and that's kind of the vibe I get. I'd love to hear a little more. I do love the acoustic. I love live acoustic versions and performances, particularly of songs where the artist has a personal connection to the story, because you get so much vulnerability and you can see through so much more, as opposed to a fully produced version of the song, or like a big stage performance. It's much more personal, much more intimate. So I really did enjoy that. I hope you guys did. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Go support Grace. I'll leave, of course, a link to her video, to this video that we just watched, down in the description. So do go check that out, and subscribe to her channel. Go find her on social media, support her. Now more than ever these days, artists really need as much support as they can get from real people, outside of the standard music industry fare. So please remember, as always, to be kind to each other, and most importantly, to be kind to yourself.